I'm Tash.
And I'm Larni. And we're my two wives.
Okay.
Talking today about
Friend, foe.
or acquaintances.
Yep. So a lot of people will be able to relate to this as people go through the ebbs and flows of friendship.
Yep.
As they learn who people are over a period of time, as friendships fizzle out and enemies reveal themselves. So this is definitely one that Larni and I have experienced.
Experiences that we can actually chat about with people that we've found out through other people that have had conversations about us, for example, and haven't also gotten to know us or have some sort of thought of who we are, and it's totally not who we have been.
Yeah.
We did fall out for nearly 2 years at one stage.
Yeah.
As
we were different people.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're going through, definitely
stages
different
of
aspects.
life.
Yeah.
So there was that. We can discuss that. However, have we discussed this already on another one?
We've discussed about when we fell out and because what I thought you were, look, to be honest, it was also because you had a high expectation of service and when you bought something. And in my head, because you were with a partner that was making really good money, I went straight to the thought that it was who you are now and it was about money when it wasn't. It was about buying product and getting the service, which is now where I sit. That's why I understand you.
Yeah, okay.
And the relationship probably wouldn't have fizzled out because I've actually grown my expectation of when I buy something, I expect my product or my service to be at that level.
Correct, because you're handing over your hard-earned money.
100%.
Because you have never worked harder in your life.
And then owning a business and also making sure that our customers get the right amount of service that we give them.
That's right.
It made me understand it even more.
Yeah. Yes,
So yes, we fell out as friends, but we also came back to each other. We've also experienced with other people within our lives that we've also had as friends.
Yeah.
There was a couple of girls or a specific girl that we were with when we were younger who were really, really close to.
Yeah.
Who we worked her out over a period of time. Because we've worked out the only way to work out if people are friend, foe, or acquaintance is through experiences.
And time.
Yeah.
You can so you can only see them in the light when the experience is happening, and the only way you get to one experience to the next is to just let time happen, which sucks. Yeah, it sucks because you could waste time. And you're probably gonna waste time.
Yep, and you'll
with
get fucked over.
Yep, get fucked over, thought of incorrectly, character assassinated hardcore. Because that's one of our pet peeves. We both hate this with a vengeance. To character assassinate us is probably the worst thing you can do. To paint me with an incorrect and untrue light is just, don't.
Because I know, because you also do have the resting bitch face. So people's first
Apparently
assumption.
I do.
No, you fucking do.
I do.
So people's assumption is that's who you are, which is far from the truth. But with females that have come into our lives, and I'm going to say our lives because it's always been you
The
and
two
me.
of us, yeah.
Their perception of you is so inaccurate. And then even with me, where we've had some people that assumed that I should take certain types of treatment from them because, it's just Larni and she'll be right.
100%. She cops that so much. So just like I cop.
Because we're opposite.
Oh, she
People
gets
know to
why,
be.
like, you should be so relaxed. It's just Larni. She doesn't give a shit about anything. So she, at one point, the perception of us, which is wrong, is no standards, too much standards. That's the way our contrast dynamic has worked and the perception that people have often had of us. And Larni you definitely got tainted with that brush of, you wouldn't care about anything. Oh, you could just accept being, you won't care.
Put on the back ledge and, as a friend, I'm going to expect a lot from you because Larni's just going to help because that's what she does.
Yeah.
And then the retreatment or giving back to me, like, not that I expected it, but it was I was just treated different, or even people would assume that I was dumb.
Oh,
and the
my
dumbness
goodness,
and the level
they did.
And
that she was. I don't know why, because I can't talk
me.
because I know her, but to watch people do it is absolutely astonishing. It was like, are you joking?
Yeah.
Like, how? And it is because we carry ourselves in different ways. Which is strange because even though we carry ourselves in different ways, it's really inaccurate the way the reaction to it is. Yeah,
and we've had to over the periods of 20-something years work out who are the friends. And who, and it all comes with experiences, and all like for people going through it, is always be on your guard. One thing I noticed that always kept us protected of ourselves is always just being acknowledgeable that it could happen and that, yes, you do trust people, but it's okay to have a little bit of distrust because I never used to. And then I would get continuously screwed over, like continuously screwed
over and over
because
and
I would
over
believe
again.
that people weren't capable of it.
Yeah.
But within our friendship group, we've slowly like gone through so many experiences where we've gotten rid of the, what do they call them? The RAF.
Yeah.
RAF?
I'm having a moment. No, I don't know. We've just gotten rid
the
of the
riff-raff.
shit. We've gotten rid of the shit.
Yeah, 100%.
Or people that just aren't a fit for us.
And there's nothing wrong with that either. Like, I don't reckon we've ever, out of the people that we haven't stayed connected with, we've turned around and been like, wish anything bad against them.
We haven't in the end made a whole pile of enemies. It's more just been a disconnect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Because people don't fit for you. Yeah. Like, if your treatment and behavior is going to be this certain way, I don't expect that for myself. So I'm going to sit here and be okay with it.
No, I know. Well, I'll give you an example of a time when I realized someone wasn't a good fit for me. And I always found it a lot easier to disconnect from people than Larni ever did. And I was always known for a bitch and seemed really cold for this because I was just happy to walk away from things with
8 years, 3 years. Yeah,
whatever wasn't fitting, it was easy for me to walk away. And that's not me being cold. That's me protecting my peace. And my peace is something I value very highly. But one day we were driving in this car with a group of friends and a girl I was very close with at the time.
I remember this one.
Yeah, she was sleeping with a man that had a partner and the partner didn't know about her at all. And she turned around to me and said, oh, this stupid bitch doesn't even know that I'm around and I'm sleeping with her man. And I remember sitting
And the second,
there.
and the second she said that, you were like, wait a minute. That's going to be your morale or...
That's your morals?
Yeah, like that doesn't fit me. I'm not down for that. And you bailed. Instant.
That was it.
I applaud.
Her dad ended up coming to me and being like, why don't you talk to such and such? You know, you should catch up with her. No, thank you. You've got a black soul of a daughter and I am not down to play with that.
Because I hung out with her for a bit afterwards too because that was when we were doing hard drugs and I would just let shit slide and still be like, no, but her as a person for us is still good. But
you discovered some darkness in her eventually as well, though.
I did. It did come out. So,
but it took time.
It did take time and experience. And when I went through a divorce, I found out she was actually against me. It was that she was going to the ex-husband and telling him that, number one, I was really fat and ugly and how was he even attracted to me and that they should sleep together just because to get back at me. And in my head, I was like, girl, you were my friend. Like, what the hell are you doing going towards him? And we would take her on family trips.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would like full pay for stuff. Even
she was a straight leech, this one, by the way.
And look, it sucks because people can put on such a fake thing and you'd be like, no, they're definitely a good person because I feel that.
Yeah.
But over time, you have to go through experiences to realize that to the core of who they are, they're actually shit as hell.
I know.
So I did end up learning the same thing with her. You know, and I don't regret it as well. Like, I'm glad that we went through the experiences we went through because without them, I wouldn't have been able to start putting my barriers up like a lot more.
Maybe had you not continued on, you'd never build up the realization, which is where it led me and you back together.
To each other. Yeah. Like I know I didn't have a high standard where I was like strict or anything and I used to be allowable for things, but I still had a standard for myself. I was just more like assistive to people and I was like, nah, it's all right. Like, we'll get past this. But I stopped being so forgiving.
Yes.
Something that I was
always really I don't have much of a forgiveness. In that story you just told about her, I realized how glad in those moments that I am so cutthroat because the realization only just got even more realized when you told me that nothing ever changed with her in the end anyway. So I was right in my assumption, in my thoughts, and my
You've actually been right with a few things. Your judgment when it comes to people
and character.
Yeah, and character. The judgment of character has always been pretty on point.
Yeah.
Because I feel sorry for, like, look, I've got people as well that have gotten screwed over by friends that have been with their husbands or getting used for money or something like that. People just have to make sure that they keep their standard up high. Also, if people are doing actions for something different, even though it's not affecting them right now, you also got to judge their character on that. So, like, for example, when you said that she was saying that about the other woman, like, you need to judge. If someone is doing shit like that and you disagree with it, but you're keeping that person in your circle, don't be afraid to cut them off.
I mean, I'm going to tell you not to be afraid to cut them off.
Yeah.
I'm going to encourage you to set your bar high with the caliber of people you allow into your life.
Yeah, and associate with them, man.
They're going to lift you or they're going to drag you down. So please try to build that self-confidence into yourself to leave people, friendships that don't serve your morals, your values, your integrity. If you know that you are the constant giver and it's beating you down,
or they do it to someone else and you disagree with the way they're handling it for someone else.
Yes.
You might be the next victim in their little ploy.
Because you were.
I was.
You were.
And I've seen it. I've seen it now because it's happened. I can see it happening with other people's stories.
People tell you, right?
Yeah,
they tell you
actually
who they
you
are.
what they're doing.
Yeah.
And who they are.
Yeah.
You just actually need to stay clued on to that shit.
Yeah, pick up on it because
Yeah.
they'll say little tiny things. Because obviously in the moment she said those words, I thought, you don't give a shit about the hurt you're causing someone that
Is in love with someone.
In love with someone.
And you're the reason of that hurt.
Yeah.
You're encouraging it like that they're the bad person.
Yeah, like
because
she's the bad
taking
person.
your man.
Because she...
Bitch, you're fried.
Yeah.
She actually was. But like even more in depth, she was fried.
Yeah, 100%. So there's that an example. I've got a really good example of being character assassinated quite hardcore. I ended up becoming friends with someone. I was friends with someone in my younger teenage years. And again, this is the same time Larni referred to as me coming off as a little bit maybe shallow or what's the word? Pretentious. And I wasn't at the time. It's just that I lived.
You set a just a high standard.
I just had a high expectation.
And also you knew. You're like, I ain't messing with that shit, which was great because you always read the characters.
But I had another friend though, again, at the time who was my friend and would come over to my house, cook with me, but then go and talk shit behind my back to someone she knew. And only just in the last 3 years, I found out she used to say these horrible things about me, which seemed fitting given that.
You've fallen out now.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, yeah. So
but we can't fake it though. That's the thing, right? So hearing that story and someone being that way, because we're just so real, we're either real with you or we ain't fucking with you.
100.
Don't waste our time.
That's why we don't have many friends. And we don't have a lot of friends.
That's right. We got a wifey.
We got wifey.
And we got men and children.
Well, it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
So we just don't fake it like Larni was saying. We just can't for the life of us. So I was gobsmacked.
And we don't do acquaintances
Yeah,
really
like why
either.
are you coming to my house?
Yep.
Because we're literal people too. So why are you coming to my house and enjoying my company and I'm giving you all my hospitality? We're cooking delicious food together. We're doing all these things only to find out later down the track that you just thought I was a big pretentious bitch. And if I thought someone was a big pretentious bitch, I just wouldn't fuck with them.
Right?
If that's what you really thought.
I think so many people these days, to them as well, it's more important to have friends than to be alone. And whether it's, or just have less, like it's okay just to have your small little circle. It's okay to have 2 or 3 friends instead of having like 20 acquaintances or 20 foes. Like that's what we've learned over time.
That's what we become because we can't cut. If I have to fake it, if I have to do, like my sister sent me a meme the other day with the high pitch fake when you go to a party. She's like, this was you. And it was me, where I'd be like, hi, how are you?
Oh, those ones.
Those ones. I can't do it anymore.
I've never been
not
into
going.
that, but I'd always, try and put time into just like, I don't know, catching up with so many people when I'd have like big ass barbecues at my house.
Yeah.
And I would have like 150 people all the time. But then when things actually really like went pear-shaped for me, which has happened over time, no one called me up and was like, how you going?
Yeah.
No one's been like, oh, how was the divorce? Or how are your kids? Or da-da-da-da. Even though I had functions at my houses and birthdays and parties and we had that small chat about each other and how's life and how's your kids.
Yeah.
No one came to me. That matters. But no one came in and checked in. And that's how I worked out also who the real people are and just stop faking it.
Another kicker for me was my dad's funeral.
Yeah.
Who you didn't make it there on that day. As much as I love you and I'll still be like friends with you,
That really hit
If you
home.
didn't show up on that
For the
day,
support, yeah.
that day, if there was a reason, you're not it. You ain't in it. So, and that's still, and even though I've always been really aware and had my guard up with people forever, that was even hard for me. I was like, again, not shocked by people and their inability to show up. Because if you picked work over coming to comfort me, you told me what your priority is.
Yeah.
I'm not showing up for you for another birthday.
Yeah.
I'm not
and that's where we don't fake it anymore.
Yeah.
So I'll be as real to you as you are to me.
Exactly.
We're going to have our standards.
Yes.
And we expect everyone. You should all have your standards because it keeps you peace.
Yes. Peace.
How much does it keep you peace?
Yes.
Without the drama, and even like I've had people in the past where I've tried helping them through their relationships to be that type of friend. Then having the podcast and being able to tell people through my experiences, I'm not putting in extra effort because the times that I was actually in a really dark place that a phone call could have mattered, I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's how friend, foe, acquaintance.
Yeah.
And we know what we're going to put our time into. And people should do the same. Like, this is something where I'm going to say you actually should protect it because don't spend 15 years wasting time and getting backstabbed only to
or
be left
disappointed because you give so much more than sometimes you like to receive. And if you're going to say you have no expectations of people, I disagree. We all have expectations of people because if you didn't treat me the way I need to be treated as a friend, you're automatically letting me down on expectation. We all have an expectation of how people come to the party in our lives. If I was being smacked by my husband and being abused by him, I wouldn't tolerate that. That is an expectation that he's not going to hit me. Yeah. And so to say that there's no expectations is a complete lie. I do have an expectation that you're in and involved in it. Otherwise, I just don't want to involve myself with you because it's just a waste of my time. And that's no hard feelings. If we just don't have time for each other and we're just not a good fit, that's A-okay.
But walk away and you're not putting the friggin' time into it.
Yeah, and you're not, like, you are reserving your peace and it's not something you need to be upset about because if some relationships don't work, they just don't work. I know I have given a lot of effort to relationships in the past, in more recent times, that more than I would like to have put in. And
the fact that it's a thought now that you think about it means that you need to stop.
I have.
Yeah, good.
Don't invite me to another event of yours.
Yeah.
Don't, no. Or you can invite me. I'm just not going.
Yeah.
Like, I'm absolutely not buying
you my actions where it is I stand with you. Vice versa when it comes to people not ever checking in on you as well. Like,
or they would expect you to only check in on them. Like, it's like people who, I don't know if other people have experienced this, but I know that I have my kids, right? And this is not something I care about. It's something I just noticed.
Yes.
Is I have
a couple of people.
Yeah, like a couple of different
people.
Because
we're not like that. We're not people to call up and be like, hey, how are your kids? Which is fine, right? However, if you go and have children, or you go and, do what we're doing and then expect us to then do it for you and get shitty or shirty if we're not appearing to your events.
Or attentive
calling in to see how your baby is. Or
but you didn't reciprocate that ever with me. Not that I ever wanted it.
No, because we actually don't. We're lazy like that in our friendships. We're like, no, we actually don't do that. But as long as you understand that it's give and take for us and we're very equal terms. Like, you know what? We didn't do it for you. Why are you expecting us to then turn around and do it back? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and they do. They place this weird expectation on you to,
you didn't come to our kids' first birthday parties or the 6th or the 10th or the 14th.
You didn't even wish them happy birthday.
Why are you getting shitty if that we don't attend the first birthday party?
Or that we don't acknowledge
or
them.
your baby shower? Like, come on now. Yeah. We ain't doing this shit.
Or people's events that you have been to time and time again and they just do not show up with for yours ever. And then
that's why you work out. Friend, foe, acquaintance.
That's right.
And what we're happy with. We're definitely, look, time's too friggin' short to not be real, so we just don't fake it anymore.
Yeah. And I'm happy to have, like, it depends what your happiness is. I know what it's like to feel like you need a bunch of friends to keep you in a secure sort of place to feel like you have people to talk to. But if it's disingenuous and it's not true to who you are. For us personally, it's just a no-go, but a lot of people do feel like they need to have those quote-unquote friends, even though they're not real friends.
But is it real advice? Are they giving them then real advice if they're not real friends?
They're
Like,
not, well,
I'm
no.
going to walk out and have a big fucking piece of green shit in my tooth. Are they the type of friend that's like, girl, what the hell is that?
Get it.
Do you know
Use
what I
a
mean? Like,
toothpick.
do you know the difference between those types of friends?
Yeah.
Or you have acquaintances
Yeah.
where you're like, hi, have your little chat, but they will sit there and let you go through a whole function with a piece of green shit in your tooth.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that is, what do you want to be around you? I would rather have not had anyone there, go to the toilet, take a piss and get it out my fucking self.
Yeah.
But instead, I was relying on thinking I could trust you to pull me up when I had something in my tooth.
Yeah, 100%.
Why waste it? Why sit here and fake that shit? It's not worth it.
Yeah, being alone is so much better than having to deal
I'll
with
just go
that.
check on my own tooth.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Well, I guess we're not completely alone. We have each other. So, but
do.
even if you can find that one person that you know is like reliable, because I know not many people have friendships that are as tight as ours. We've been envied for that too, by the way. So actually, we've had friends envy our relationship and do us dirty because we're such good friends.
Yeah.
Like, that's even weirder again, another
That
layer
is.
of being hated for
That
that.
is.
Like,
And judgment on, yeah. I don't know if it's trying to turn us against each other or not realizing how tight we are. But there's so many people that have come in and just been like, I don't know, they just don't understand it.
The dynamic,
Because
yeah,
our
the
dynamic,
depth
like
of it,
how
yeah.
we're also more like sisters as well because we've
100.
gone through experiences. We've also realized that we're on the same path.
Yeah, since 13, we've been inseparable. Bar those 2 years where we're having our like just a weird stage in our life, which really wasn't all that bad in the end because we've had such huge discussions about where we went wrong and we really figured out the types of people we were. Because again, we're honest.
I was a crackhead.
Yeah, but we're
That's
honest.
what I was a crackhead. I expect you never speak to me again. Like, I was going through a bad stage of my life.
But you've got
And you still came back and loved me. And I was like, okay.
You take accountability of yourself.
Yeah.
I
being
take
a
it.
retard.
Yeah, but I have moments of me being a full retard too. Like, I take accountability.
Yeah, you do.
You take accountability.
Oh, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do have moments. Yeah, 100%.
You didn't.
They're just not bad and dangerous like my decisions.
Yeah, they're not. You're not
Yeah.
that anymore. Like,
No.
you're just not who that way. So our relationship only got stronger because you and I could be like, this is where we went wrong. This is what happened here. This is the type of way I was. I don't see it like that anymore. And we
Yep.
actually hash out
Discuss
those discussions
communications like a marriage, like a sisterhood.
because we value that relationship. And that's why it's so bloody tight. I mean, I have friends now that I barely even know that I seem to care more for because of the value structure of them than I did for people that I had friendships with since I was in high school.
Yeah.
Because I saw over time how some of these people were.
And where their morals bloody stand.
Where their
and
morals
how
were.
different you guys are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you
Pick
would
the right
let
people on your team. Pick the people on your team that you have you
gotta
line
be
up with.
so careful with the people that you allow into your circle. And then if you go have friends to allow those people near your children, what influence are they going to have? I know if I leave my kids with wifey, they're coming out straight workers. They're coming out straight beast. Like,
Yeah.
I have that as my role model for my kids in my friendships. And now all my kids know that the standard for their friends.
Them to have kids because we're teaching that. Everything is going to be taught because everyone's always got eyes on you, especially your children.
100.
So we're passing that on to our kids.
I know. And to see, I know, I love that too. Because for our kids, we're actually when our kids, both of us, talk about their friendships, they refer back to us. They're like, I have a wifey. Or I have a best friend like you and Larni. And like, we can already see that we
in
are.
their head that they know that there's an important structure
Yeah.
of the way it goes. Oh, I've literally, even my eldest son's been through like a situation where he's worked out that certain people that he's been tight with from younger or even in the last couple of years, I could see it and I was like, Eli, I don't feel like that one's going to be really of a fit just because I can see you and him don't align in certain things. He's like, no, Mum, it'll be right. And after, some experiences that they had to go through and it's necessary and it's good.
Yes, it's good.
It's gone its different ways. And I was like, yep, told you, like I knew it. And then with other relationships where I was like, I don't know, I feel like that one and you and him really are actually on the same path as each other.
Good fit.
You'll come back to each other. Again, same things happened.
Yeah.
And because he's good at judging that too. And he's like, yeah, you're right. Or he just, what I'm saying comes into fruition. And sometimes you just need to see it to realize that it's the truth.
Good lesson for them.
Yeah. And it's good for our kids as well. So
Yep, to see those good
Standards?
good friendship standards.
friendships,
Yeah.
knowing that it's okay to be protective of yourself as well as be real be forward, and friggin' don't be afraid to walk away or stay for certain people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some people it is worth like it's hard to say walk away permanently because we walked away for 2 years, but we ended up being such a good fit when we came back. So if you know, see now.
Yeah, but there's certain people that we walked away from like for good that we were like, nah, once we cut that tether, it's gone, mate.
Well, I knew that when we broke up. Well, see, this is what I always knew.
She knew,
I
but
always
I just
knew
dreamt
we'd be
about you.
Yeah. I always knew we'd be friends again. Always knew that eventually, because I knew that what we had at the time was we were such good friends. Like,
Yeah, but maybe I just knew that you just didn't forgive, and I was like, it's gone. That bitch ain't gonna forgive shit.
I did forgive you. And I was so happy when you came back into my life. Like, I was ecstatic. I didn't really have many friends during that period either because I was also in the thrux of giving birth to 500 kids in 5 minutes. So I was right in the thrux of being a mother at that point. But when you came back, I was like, yes, I was so happy. But then I always knew I would never be friends with that other girl, the Black Soul girl, because I just knew. I just knew that because no matter how you spoke about other people even before we broke up was never like that. You were never dark souled.
No,
you never found pleasure in the destruction of other people.
Yeah, not the destruction. Maybe the misfortune when people kick their toe and stump it. I laugh at that.
Yeah, she's a sick bitch like that. But like, I mean, you're not black soul.
I haven't got a
you
bad
don't have
heart.
an evil
Yep.
in you.
Yep.
This girl had an evil. Like, she was genuinely talking horrid
could
about
see
it.
it.
Yeah, I could tell.
See, people also that I've cut myself off with, it's not even that they haven't gone, I just know that we don't align. And because the stages we are in our life and the busyness, I'm just like, I can't be fucked faking it. Like, I'm not going to pretend to fake it, even though we've got history, even though, you know, it could work, put in effort. But I feel that I'm okay without it.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to fake. I can't fake it. I'm not going to pretend.
Yeah, you've come
I can't forget. I can't forget the little
You
things
can't
that have happened.
unsee little things that
little
people
things
do.
that had happened in situations where I've lost friends. I know how you handled it. I wouldn't have handled it the same way.
Yeah.
The fact that you couldn't see that is the way I am, and you did that to me, I'm okay to walk away. That's just the way it is. So for other people out there, I'm definitely going to say to you, because I even know people that get screwed over all the time, and I try to encourage to always be on guard as well with extended people, like with everyone around you. It's okay to be on guard.
Yeah.
And also to be judgmental when it comes to judge the way they perform in front of you.
Yeah. How do they talk about other people in front of you? Because I bet you that the minute you're not there, that is how they talk about you. And if you trust that they don't, I find that a little bit naive. It's a little bit naive to think that they don't talk about you that way. They absolutely do. How you talk about other people how they talk about other people while you're sitting right there in front of them.
And it's supposed to be someone that you're supposed to be mates with. Just know that you
Cautious.
could be,
just be cautious.
you could be a victim of that.
You could. So that's our discussion today about friends, foes, and acquaintances. And we hope you've learned something and take away.
Be protective, be on guard. It's okay to be distrusting, but also when people come to the table and show you who they are in a good way, just remember that and hold on to it. Because bloody hell, it's worth it when you find a good one. When you find a good egg.
Yes, wifey.
I found a good egg.
I found a better egg.
You're a dickhead. Yes, you did. So yeah, that's our advice to everyone today in our podcast.
Yeah.
So
All right.
take care, God bless, and we'll speak soon.
Bye.
Peace.